there is a type which I recommend you not to try. Not to try, okay, is the second one. I'm an accountant by trade. I know you can't write 15,000 words by selecting a topic. Now, you see PhDs, DBAs in every field, right? How many PhDs you see in accounting? No, zero. From major universities. I'm not talking about some, you know, maybe Philippine universities they have, I don't know. These days it becomes a big topic in Hong Kong, right? These universities, they print the certificates better than Apple Daily and South China Morning Post, right? Yeah, so generally no, because it's more of calculation side. So it's not really easy to, unless you really talk about maybe management accounting side, you probably get some topics to write, but I don't still have doubts whether you can write 15,000 words. So better avoid. Okay. In my past experience, most of the students, they take this research. You can write 15 million words in this one, 15,000. There's so many things to write about it. And some students, they go for this one too, OB, organizational behavior. And if you are somebody who is fascinated by technology, IT systems, information system research, I've seen some student writing, although I haven't seen many. And then you have corporate responsibility research. This is a kind of a new concept in Hong Kong. I think it's not that new now. I think it's been there for about now. Well, the funny thing is that most of the Hong Kong organizations, they are engaged in social corporate responsibility even before in the West they use this as a topic. But it hasn't been discussed much in Hong Kong. Over the last, say, 20 years or so, it's getting more popular and it's being used on a regular basis. So CSR researchers quite good. There are a lot of big companies in Hong Kong. I mean, old ones like Li and Fun or something. They do a lot of items that you use in the kitchen. You know, they are doing a lot of CSR programs. So it's a good area, but generally students go for sales and marketing research. Based on your preference, you can actually go for that. Right. The stages of a research process which you will embark when you undertake the research, your dissertation writing. It goes through, it's a cyclical process, you can see that. It always goes, forward arrows, except in some situations like here. Because sometimes you need to adjust the sample after doing certain testing. Otherwise, it always goes forward arrows. And the first step is problem discovery and definition. And because when you use a research topic, you have to write a problem statement, or we call problem definition. Basically, you need to your description about the, in a very short, maybe in about say 5 to 6 lines, you need to describe what's the issue that you're going to study in the most brief and the crispiest way. So that's that's where you start things. Now, if you go back one slide, you can see we have these marketing issues, general business management, corporate social responsibility. So those are the research areas that you can choose, right? So, say for an example, you come up with a topic that says how could HSBC improve their profits without slashing the staffs. So this may be a topic. Okay, this may be a research topic. So in such cases, your problem definition is based on giving what you think as what are the ways that HSBC can act using, looking at the human resources not as a responsibility or not as a liability, but as an asset that actually can contribute to the organization, not as a liability that, you know, every month they withdraw salaries. Because, I mean, the reality is that the same staff, when the organization recruited this staff at the first place, they recruited them to achieve certain company objectives. And of course, due to certain situation, some global situation, they had to do little divert the direction of the organization. So that actually put them in a situation where they would probably feel that, okay, now you, first 5 years ago, you were the top asset of the organization. But after 5 years, now you became you changed the side of the balance sheet. Once you are in the asset side, now you are in the liability side. See, so now, so I mean, I just saw this research topic question. So you, because when you're conducting a research on this, research of this nature, it largely based on your arguments, how strong your arguments are to justify your hypothesis, justify your original thinking. And so certain researchers, you will be so surprised that you can use a lot of evidence to support. It's just like a court case. Okay, you find evidence and you support your argument to prove that what you're saying is true. So the first, of course, out of the whole stage is the problem discovery or problem definition, and so that's how it goes. Now, all these areas we can quickly tap one by one. Okay, it's a cyclical process, you saw that, and it goes forward linkage mostly, except in one occasion it goes backward linkages as well. Right. Right. The first step is the problem discovery. Now, this is what Albert Einstein had to say. The formulation of a problem is often more essential than its solution. You know what it means? It's a very philosophical statement. It did not mean that we had to create problems, okay? It actually means that you can't find a solution if you don't understand the problem well. So that actually what it means. So knowing the problem inside out is more important than finding the result or the solution for that problem. Because when you know the problem inside out, 99.9% situation, you will go to the right answer anyway. May not be immediate, but at some stage you will reach that point. What happens is that if you don't know the problem well, it may not be possible. Is everything okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. So so in this problem definition section, that's what you are saying. You are going to define the problem, because every research question is a problem. That's why you are conducting the research. If there is no problem, you would not do a research in the first place, right? So you describe that. And when you describe that, usually you describe in a very short form. It's not like you're writing 1,500 words to describe that. In a usual research proposal or even a dissertation, big dissertation, you just only write maybe about maximum half page, but usually about 6 to 7 lines. The half page is about 10 lines, because when you do 1.5 spacing, each page, you usually get about like 20-22 lines. Okay? So half page is about, you're talking about 10 to 11 lines. But if you do it like 6, 7, between 6 to 11 lines, description, no need to write too much about it because it's not required. Now, in here, we have to have another quick understanding of the problem. Sometimes what happens is that more often than not, we tend to misunderstand what is the problem and what is the symptom. So this is the issue. For example, if you